trouble with this mic. This is Good Friends, Better Rivals, and we are here to talk some Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants. And are you back now? No? Okay. Well, anyway, both our teams won this week. And we can't have the sound bites because he is muted, so that kind of sucks because I really wanted to hear the how about them Cowboys. But I am Caleb Ochoa, also known as NFL Caleb 22. And as well, Ferris just left. He's the co-host on this show, Ferris Muthana. But he will be back when he gets his mic situation figured out there. But it's a great week for the NFC East. Obviously, we had 3 teams win: Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, and Dallas Cowboys all won their games. Everybody said NFC least. Everybody always talked their shit about how we the worst division. We have such a soft division and all that stuff. Even though we had 2 playoff teams last year, so I don't even know how they even thought that even last year going into this year. But whatever. But they see now. We're the strongest division. We have the most wins right now. But hey, y'all keep talking your shit. We'll still keep proving you wrong. But I'll start with my Cowboys. Obviously because I'm the only one here. But we did great. I mean, we were awesome. On Sunday, we beat the Los Angeles Rams 22-10. In LA on the road. But you know what? It wasn't even a road game. It was basically a home game for us because the Rams don't have any fans. The Cowboys obviously have training camp in Oxnard. We took over their stadium. It was loud as hell for us. They were cheering for us when we were on defense. They chanted defense, and fans had to go to a silent count at times. We filled up their stadium. There was definitely more fans, more Cowboys fans at the stadium.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now he's back.
There it is. I don't have the sound bites anyway because I'm not at the house.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not at the house. All right, Caleb, take us through your thoughts on the Cowboys' victory against the Los Angeles Rams.
I was already doing that.
Just let me transition. Go.
Okay. Like I said, we were taking over that stadium because there's no Rams fans. Cowboys fans are all over the place.
Rams fans don't exist. Rams fans don't exist. I've never met one.
It definitely helped us because they couldn't hear on offense. So
there is one Rams fan though. There's one Rams fan, Caleb. One. Danny Trejo.
Oh yeah,
that's it. Machete.
Yeah, he's the only one that matters anyway. So.
He's the only one that matters. Shout out to Machete, by the way. Hey, shout out to you, Daddy. Love you.
But yeah, but the main thing was defense continues to dominate. The defense has been great, and it's so nice to see because all in the off season, we were going through week by week, and I was telling you that this defense was something special right now, and I thought this defense was going to be great and carry us through these first few weeks. I thought that would happen, and it's awesome to see that play out for the first 5 weeks of this season. We held another team under 20 points. It's the first time since 1972 since the Dallas Cowboys team has held all the teams they played under 20 points for the first 5 weeks. Every game's been 19, 17, 16, 10, and 10. Maybe teams can maybe drive down the field or whatnot, but they do not score on us. They cannot score when they get in the red zone. They have to take field goals, or they just get sacked and they back up and they're not even in field goal range at that point. That's how dominant our defense has been. We sacked Matt Stafford 5 times, pressured him a bunch of times, and he was throwing inaccurately, wild, through an interception because of the pressure. And it started off right away. The first drive, Dorrance Armstrong comes out, sacks Stafford, forces a fumble. Marcus Lawrence runs it in for a touchdown. Then the next drive after that, Dorrance Armstrong once again comes in, blocks the punt. We get set up for a field goal. We go 9-0. Yeah,
By
Dorance
the way, Dorrance Armstrong, proud Kansas Jayhawk. Go Jayhawks, rock
they
chalk.
lost,
But I'm proud of them.
but they
They're
lost.
5-1.
They lost,
So
but
they're 5-1.
they still lost.
You're not understanding, Caleb. You're talking about a program that was 0-12 a couple years ago. Okay, I'm proud of them. 5-1.
Okay, well,
A team that last year, by the way, beat the University of Texas. That's why Texas is
we
going
were
to the
bad.
SEC.
We were bad.
That's why Texas is going to the SEC. They don't want to face Kansas every year.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they don't want them.
But yeah, getting back to Dorance Armstrong, this is why everybody was complaining. Oh, we didn't sign Randy Gregory. Yeah, well, Dorance Armstrong had one less sack than Randy Gregory did last year, so that wasn't a big deal to me. I knew Dorance Armstrong was just going to build off of last year, get better, especially with Dan Quinn as coach.
November 19th. November 19th, Kansas versus Texas. I'm watching that game.
That's fantastic, Paris. Fantastic.
Kansas is gonna win. Continue.
Yeah, that's why I had all faith in Dorance Armstrong to show up, and he definitely has been. Let's see. Michael Parsons obviously is doing what he's been doing.
He's not a human being.
He's unbelievably great. He's awesome. I mean, it's not even just the fact that he's getting pressure, getting in there, and making all his sacks. It's just the fact that
opening it up. He's opening it up for the others, right? Like Dorrance Armstrong. They're feeding off of Michael Parsons, him, Dexter Lawrence, Ozzy Adigizua, Neville Gallimore. Like they're all just feeding off of him, right?
Yeah.
That's what a great defensive lineman, you feed off of him. You know how many people Aaron Donald has gotten paid? Leonard Floyd, Dante Fowler, Michael Brockers, Robert Quinn, like all these dudes, man. Like you know how many people Michael Strahan made look good? A lot. You know what I mean? Like that Giants defensive line. Certain people on that defensive line were better than others, but the others made them I don't want to derail it for you, Caleb. Like you remember when the Giants sacked Donovan McNabb 10 times? Osi Umenyiora got 6 of those sacks. It's because you couldn't double him. Because if you doubled him, Justin Tuck would have sacked him. You doubled Justin Tuck, you Matthias Kiwanuka. You double them, one of them, Michael Strahan. Like you couldn't double. Like you can't double Michael Parsons. You do it.
Well, they did. Well, they're trying to. I mean, they're not even doubling. They might even put 3 guys on him.
Exactly. And what's happening? Dorrance Armstrong plays a great game. Dexter Lawrence plays a great game. Like that's what happens. Whatever.
You have Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, because he's better. All right.
No, he's not. He's literally not.
But he plays defensive tackle and got 3 sacks. So yeah, he is.
Yeah, sure. It's fantastic.
And he's younger and not that injured.
But yeah, Mark Parsons, unbelievable. He gets the final sack of the game when he forces the fumble on Stafford, basically iced the game right there. Just great stuff. I thought Anthony Barr had a really nice game. Probably the best game he's had through the season, playing that middle backer a lot of the time. Also him along with Donovan Wilson keeps showing up every single game. And, I just love the way Dan Quinn uses his safeties. I mean, he did it back in the Legion of Boom days with Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas. I think he's doing the same thing with, J-Ron Kurz, Donovan Wilson, and Malik Hooker, who got the interception in the game. They're all playing really well.
About Israel. Did he transition?
Yeah, he's another safety.
Okay, they made him a safety, yes.
But yeah, he definitely knows how to use his safeties, and it's paying dividends for us. As for the offense, we're just doing what we've been doing. I mean, it's the same thing we've been doing for the last 4 weeks, doing just enough to get the win. That's what Cooper Rush has done. He's been very solid, but he's not doing anything spectacular. He's not doing anything fantastic or great or anything.
Caleb, let's transition into that, right?
Okay.
You got very angry last night when I asked this question. Well, I didn't ask this question. Someone else asked this question. I didn't ask this question. All right. But we have to talk about it, right? And so Like you said, he's not doing nothing spectacular, but you guys are winning, right?
Yeah.
But you guys are winning. Do you keep do you just keep it as is and let Dak stay one more week, or do you play him next week against the Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to be ready anyway. So
Okay.
I don't think it's that much of a question for this week whether he's going to play or not. I don't think he will play. I think it's going to be Cooper Rush again,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it's based off of his play. I just don't think Dak is ready.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um,
But okay. So after the Eagles, though, after the Eagles, let me bring up. We have the schedule here.
Lions as after that, yeah,
Yeah.
probably
So
right
do
back.
you what? So like, but he's thinking it's the Lions, though, right? Do you like bring him back for that, or do you just let him wait one more week because you're like, oh, Cooper can beat the Lions, or do
No,
you be like, no, or do
no.
you say,
Oh,
okay,
I think he'll just be ready. I think he'll just be
and the
100% by
Lions could be a
the
good
Lions.
confidence booster. The Lions could be a
Yeah,
good. Okay, got you.
they have a trash defense, so definitely.
Okay, that's definitely true.
But yeah, like I said, he's not doing anything spectacular. He'll complete 10 passes for 102 yards. Like that's not great, but it was enough. But it got the job done. Like
Could
I
it be
said,
play scheme? Could it be play scheme? Could
it
Kellen
is.
Moore?
It definitely is. That's basically what it is. I mean, what we're doing is running majority of the time. We're running the ball, and that's what I want Kellen Moore to do is run the goddamn ball, and that's exactly what we do. We should have been doing that with Dak. Like that's the formula to win. That's the formula to win our games is to run the goddamn ball, and they weren't doing it. And that's why we had trouble last year because we got away from the run. We just throw it like 50 times with Dak, and we ain't gonna win that way. Whether it's Dak or Cooper Rush, it don't even matter. The scheme needs to be where we run the ball, and that's how we win.
Keep your
That's how we won
defense
this game.
fresh. To keep your defense fresh, because you
Yeah,
hold the ball longer, they rest longer, they come back in the
yeah,
game.
and
Boom.
for all the people who say, "Oh, we're running," so I want Cooper Rush to just keep on in and win the game. That's dumb. Like, why do you want to win this way? I don't want to win this way. Like, just
But a
not
win's the
scoring,
win,
barely
though.
scoring points, and
But a win's a
making the
win.
defense go out there and putting them in bad situations where they have to make basically rescue the team. Why do you want to win that way? That's off. That's not a great way to win to me. Then that's not sustainable to me. What we got to do, we got to score some goddamn points, and we got to sustain drives, keep our defense fresh, like you said. And we will do that with Dak. Don't you want to see this more explosive team with how well the defense is playing with Dak Prescott back in? Like, why wouldn't you want that? Why would you want to keep doing the same shit that we've been doing, which is barely getting the job done? Like, I don't want to barely get the job done. I want to blow these teams out.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Um, but yeah, like I said, that's what I want to do for the offense but like I said, the running game did really well this past game. 163 yards for both Zeke and Pollard. Zeke in those tough runs up the middle. Pollard getting those big explosive. He got that one big explosive run that scored a touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the combination, man. That is the combination that's going to win us games. Pollard only had eight carries, but he had 86 yards, and that's what happens when you keep him fresh, and you don't need to give him more. You don't really need to give him more because Zeke is great at those inside runs, and he's better at pass protection. Because when Pollard was in there, guess what happened? When he totally whiffed on the pass protection, Jalen Ramsey sacked the crap out of Cooper Rush because Pollard didn't see him blitzing, and that's another thing that Zeke will give you, just not getting the quarterback killed. And for the most part, I think the offensive line, held up pretty well. The Obviously we're going against Aaron Donald, when the best defensive player in the game. He got 2 sacks,
Shout
and
to
it was
Davon. Shout to Davon.
yeah,
Davon in
what's
the
up,
chat.
man? He got 2 sacks, and it was on Tyler Smith, the rookie. And that's a lot to ask for a rookie to go up against Aaron Donald, and they lined up right up against him. I don't
It's
understand.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't understand. I don't understand why you don't give him help. Like that's the only question I had. Like he's a rookie, and I know he's been playing well. He has been playing well up to this point. Playing great for a rookie, but you're gonna leave him 1-on-1 with Aaron Donald. That's a really dumb decision, and that's what led to the 2 sacks. But otherwise, I think we held up pretty well in the pass protection. And then the run game was awesome. The run blocking was really great. We got a lot of push on their defensive line. And one guy who did do well on Connor McGovern on that Tony Pollard play, who opened up. Who held up pretty well was Connor McGovern, who was playing because Jason Peters was injured with he had a rib injury, so he was out.
He's
But so
already injured.
Yeah, he's already injured. I mean, he's old and he's gonna get injured. But Conor McGovern had to step in for the whole game, and he did pretty well when he was up against Aaron Donald because he's a big, powerful guy. And then we ran right at him, and it worked, man. And probably, like I said, ran for that 50-yard touchdown. So that was good to see. So yeah, overall, I think the offensive line did pretty much, did pretty well. And that's basically the story of the game, man. We just did enough to win the game, just like we've been doing this 4-game stretch. And we've been beaten both Super Bowl participants, Bengals and the Rams. We beat and talking about our first place schedule. We've beaten. We played all three of our first place teams: the Bucks, the Bengals, and the Rams. So we're basically done there, and we went 2-1. So our first place schedule is basically over, and we're just going through the rest of the normal rotation, and
divisional games coming up.
Yeah, divisional games, and AFC South it's not good, in the NFC North. So we got out of that stretch. That was a pretty tough stretch for us, and we came up 4-1. So I mean, we're looking pretty damn good. We're keeping pace with the Eagles, and I guess the Giants too.
Yeah.
But we're right there in there, and we it's three-team race right now, and
those games mean something now. But like back in the 90s, man, they meant something, right? Like back in the 90s, all three teams were good in the 90s. Those games meant something, right? Like those games determined who won the NFC East. They determined them, right? Those 6 game round table. We're already 0-1 against the Cowboys, but we still got the 2 games against the Eagles and the other game against the Cowboys. If we could split it, that would be nice. But because I think we're all gonna beat Washington, all 3 of us. We're gonna go 2-0.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like we're all gonna beat them.
They're not good.
Yeah, they're not very good. It's Carson Wentz. What do we expect? But yeah, those games mean something. And trust me, man, those games are gonna get flexed into Sunday nights multiple times. That's all I gotta say.
I just wanted to bring up that part. Yeah, Parsons, like he had a groin injury. He went out for a couple drives and came right back in and still played through that groin injury. That was great to see. And the fact that he was being held on pretty much every goddamn play, and they were not throwing the flag. I think they made called one holding penalty on him, but he was being held on every single goddamn play.
Yeah, that happens.
Egregious holding.
Hey, man, trust me. Marcus Parsons, just add him to the list of defensive players, defensive linemen, or edge rushers that get assaulted on. Like Nick Bosa once was being choked. Then he almost broke his neck doing it that way. It's funny enough, Kevontae Thibodeau this weekend was being held egregiously. And I was like, y'all are holding a rookie? Really? That's bad. That's how you know. That's how, that's
they gotta pay attention to these holding penalties.
Yeah.
Giving Tom Brady some freaking bullshit ass roughing the passer bullshit.
Don't even get me started on that, dude. Don't even get me started. I was Jerome Bogart should lose his job. That crew, all 6 of them should be fired. I'm sorry, they all should be fired. The refs association has too much power because of what happened with the replacement refs. I remember last night. So we were having a conversation, right, about what happens. All they have to do is be like, y'all want to get replacement refs again, and we all know what happened back then, right? So they have so much power. You remember when they made pass interference reviewable, and the refs purposely never overturned the calls.
Yeah, for the most part.
If I was I'm not doing my job to my employer, you know what happens to me, Caleb? I get fired.
Yeah.
The refs literally said, we're not going to follow your instructions. And none of them were fired. And I remember when the Gene's, it was like a CBS game, and all the refs came back, and it's like Gene Steratore walking in, yeah, I'm back, baby. I'm back to save the day. And I'm like, dude, Gene, you're not that good of a ref either. And they're like, huh?
He uses the
Yeah,
index
he,
card.
he used the index cards. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like I remember that. You remember that week, right? The week they came back and everyone was like giving them like standing ovation.
Well, it's because
And
it was so bad. We were just
yeah,
tired
but
of the
guess what? No, but
shitty
guess what
refs.
happened though? Guess what happened? The following week, people wanted them fired. Like literally, like I'm hey, Jerome is on the parlays. I'm convinced. I think so too. I think he went to DraftKings and he had the Bucks -3 or whatever it was. For I don't care. Whatever. So yeah, because it would have been fourth down and the Falcons get the ball with a minute 15 left. And they were driving. Like they had momentum. They were going. And you just completely cut their heads off. And that's messed up. That's messed up. All right, guys. Now let's transition over to London's favorite team, the New York Giants, 3-0 in London, by the way.
I don't know about
Uh,
that.
we're 3-0.
I don't think it's London's favorite team though.
Yeah. Well, who else? The Jaguars.
I mean, maybe I don't know. It's like, oh, it was the Cowboys. When we were America's team in London's in England's team.
No, the British people are not
No,
gonna
no,
love Americans
I don't
team.
know. I gotta look it up. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so like, they played at 6 a.m. I was asleep when it happened. I watched it on the
Yeah, you're a
replay.
great fan. Yeah, great
I'm,
fan. Sleeping
I
good
am
game.
no, I am an amazing
Awesome.
fan. I
Yeah,
am an amazing fan.
dedicated.
Just screw you. All right,
Dedicated.
screw you. Hey, your team played at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, and if
screw
my
yourself.
team plays at 6 o'clock, I'm waking up at 5
you're
o'clock. Get ready for it.
well. You're already up at 6 o'clock. You psycho.
That's true. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm asleep. All right, I'm asleep because I gotta
Get
go
up.
to work.
Get your ass up. Watch the
I gotta
game.
go to work, but I gotta go to
Be a
work.
fan. Be a real fan.
I had work that day. Okay,
Oh,
so I had to sleep early. Okay, so I couldn't watch the game, but I ended up watching it on the replay. The first half, we were not very good. Okay, not very good. They go up on us 20-10. We were looking shaky at best. Aaron Rodgers was cooking us. He was cooking us.
yeah. I mean, he did the same thing against I think last two games against the Bucks and the Patriots, where he got up quick and then didn't do really much
Didn't
after
do much,
that.
yeah. But here's the thing too about this. Here's the thing too about this game, Caleb. The main points of this game. We did not have our top 4 wide receivers. We don't have them. We were starting
I mean,
Marcus.
have you had them all season?
No, we haven't. They've been injured since day one. But this week was worse because we were down to receiver 6, 7, and 8, probably 9. It's like it was Darius Slayton, Richie James, David Sills, and Marcus Johnson. Those 4 receivers. Those were our 4 receivers. Like those are the guys. There was one time where Marcus Johnson looks at Darius Slayton and says, "What's the play?" Because he's been on the practice squad for weeks.
Or you just said go deep.
Yeah, he's like, just run, just run, brother, just run. And play calls, coaching, the adjustments after the second half. The Green Bay Packers had the better players. They did. The only position I can say right now that we beat them in is probably running back. But I think we're probably two.
Well, I don't even know you beat them there. They got 2 running backs.
They had 2 running backs. But like they had like their defense maybe were probably better. No. We have a couple people who are injured. Aziz is injured. Leonard Williams is injured. DJ Davis got hurt. Man, I'm so mad that Darian Beavers isn't playing. But yeah, like they had the better team clearly. This shows you that great coaching can win you games. Period. Because Wink Martindale shut down the Packers in the second half. They scored 2 points. And those 2 points that they scored were because of us, and we gave them those 2 points. They scored 20, and that was it. The defense was flying all over the place, man. Everyone was tackling, hat on hat. No one got, like, literally. Tate Crowder flowed left and right. Jalen Smith, the way he flowed on that one play where he stuck Christian Watson and like they were stringing it along, and then Smith came with the punctuation. Like there was a couple
that was
times.
one play, but I saw a lot of times where he was doing exactly what he did with the Cowboys, which was getting tackles 10 yards down the field after the guy already got a first down.
Yeah. That's true. That's also I pointed out the positive play. But Tate Crowder, Tate Crowder is improving now. I love Tate, man. Tate's playing pretty well. But the biggest thing is is number 5. Number 5 set up everything. Number 5 and number 97. Dexter Lawrence had himself a game. And Kayvon Thibodeau, this is his third game in the NFL. Third game. He's looking like the real deal Holyfield. I like these people in the like I told y'all, man. I told everybody that we know, right? During the draft process, when they kept talking about Kayvon, I'm like, I don't know where these narratives are coming from. This isn't Kayvon Thibodeau. Like this, he doesn't love the game. His effort is his shot ain't questionable. That's not Kayvon Thibodeau that I've been watching at Oregon. I have no idea who these people think they're talking about, but that's not Kayvon. And I said to everybody, Jacksonville and Detroit are gonna regret it. They're going to regret it. And I have to watch Trayvon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson to fully assess the situation. But
they're doing all right.
They're doing fine. But the Giants got themselves a steal at 5. That's all I gotta say. They got themselves a steal at 5. Like you're right, Davon. Coaching matters. Coaching matters, right? Because our coaches outcoached their coaches, and we won this game because of that. They moved the pocket. They made sure the running game was set. Daniel Jones is one tough something. You know what I mean? He's one tough something. He tough. He a tough mother lover. I ain't trying to cuss. I'm trying to reduce my cussing.
You cussed like a bunch of times already.
No, I haven't. You tell me.
I did.
You did. So stop it. Right.
No.
Right. So yeah, like literally, man, like he's tough as nails, bro. Tough as nails. There were times where he saw a crease. He lowered his shoulder like he was Jerome Bettis. I'm like, what are you doing? My one criticism of him this week: slide, please. Can you please slide? Slide. No, stop doing what you're doing. Slide. And he just wouldn't slide. He wouldn't slide. And I'm like, yo, man, stop it. Slide. We'll preview that. We'll preview the Ravens game later, Raven Ron. I'll expand upon what I expanded upon last night. But yeah, man, Kayvon Thibodeau, I was watching his pass rush reps on Twitter. There was one time where he's lined up on the left tackle, right? They have a left tackle, the tight end, and Randall Cobb on that side. Cobb chips him, and then the tight end is helping the left tackle block. So he was all over the place. He won 25% of his pass rush. He was doing a 25% pass rush rate. That's great. That's phenomenal. As a rookie, game 3, like come on, bro. Like come on. You know what I mean? It's outrageous. And same thing with Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll. They realize what we have, right? And we're like, okay, our scheme, this will make great coaches great coaches. They don't have a scheme. They don't have a scheme. They don't have a system. Their system is the players that they get and they make do what they got. Brian Daboll has a scheme. He has a scheme, but he realized I can't do the scheme I want with the players I got right now because I have no receivers. No receivers whatsoever. I have 3 tight ends. I have a couple of receivers that are fine, and I got Saquon Barkley. Who should I accentuate? Saquon Barkley. And that's what happened. Daniel Jones has been really emphasizing Daniel Bellinger, Chris Myrack, and Tanner Hudson, the tight ends. The end around play where Daniel Bellinger got it from Saquon and he rushed it in. Other times where, like last week, the 2 rushing touchdowns Daniel Jones had, Tanner Hudson had a little, kind of like a weird little streak route where at the top of the route, if he sees Daniel run, he blocked his guy, and that's what he did. That's what makes great coaches great coaches. They don't look at a player and be like, you don't fit the scheme, get him out of here. They're like, okay, you're a good player. I have you right here. How do I involve you and use your skills to accentuate us? And that's what they did. They sent Darius Slayton a lot of crossers. He just used the speed. It's a lot of crossing routes with the speed. And because he's fast, he hasn't lost his speed. He said he was inconsistent with his hands. He would drop some passes. And that's the one thing receivers can't do. You can't drop passes. You just can't do it. You know what I mean? And some of these players now who are getting opportunities, they're fighting for a future job. Darius Slayton's fighting to stay on this team for next year, or he's fighting to get another job somewhere else. You know, so Kafka, we're not going to keep Mike Kafka for more than 2 years. I think 2 to 3 years, he's gone. If he like shows the NFL what he does as an off, he's gone in like 2 to 3 years. You know, him and Dorsey in 2 to 3 years, they're gone. They're getting head coaching jobs. You know, uh, but yeah, man, I was proud of our offensive line held up. Kind of like Evan Neal. There wasn't a lot of times where I'm like, oh my God, Evan, what is wrong with you, Evan? So he's improving. He's improving from last week where he didn't give up any, he gave up one pressure, no sacks, and I think in like 50 snaps. So he's doing pretty well. It's improvement. He is Andrew Thomas rookie year. He has same mistakes. Same mistakes. And guess what happened with Andrew Thomas? He kept improving and now he's a top 10 left tackle. I'm not saying top 5 yet because he's still young. And I'm not saying he's the best yet because he's still young. But he's top 10, I think for sure. And Evan Neal just needs to keep growing and you know improving. And I quite enjoy this team. This team is fun to watch. They're tough. They're gritty. They're not playing bad football. It may be lower scoring games, but you don't. I don't watch this
You're
team
having
and
fun
say
watching the Giants.
I am having
Crazy.
fun watching this. No,
Crazy.
but I'm watching these games and I'm not like I'm not saying like oh that's bad football. Like this is not this is what like, I don't watch bad football. I don't care how much America loves football. I don't understand why people are willing to
I don't know.
watch
That
bad
Bears
football.
game was kind of that was Bears game was kind of bad.
A little bit, but you know those
It
two
was pretty
rushing
bad.
touchdowns.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it's the weather. It's Chicago. Chicago makes it ruins everything. It's just ruin everything. But like people were like willing to watch Colts Broncos on Thursday. I'm like, why? That's weird. Like I will not watch that. Like I didn't watch the San Francisco Denver game on Sunday night. It's like I'm not watching that. That's just bad football. I'm sorry. You know, it's like not even like good defense. It's just bad offense and defense is taking capitalized for it. But yeah, like man, hey man, hey, those Eagles games are gonna mean something this year. And that rematch with the Cowboys, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
is.
well. We're gonna have
Yeah,
that back. I'm gonna kill you. It's
no,
gonna go.
it's not happening.
Yep.
We're gonna have Aziz, Leonard Williams back, O'Shane Zimenez. Yo, man, time out. We shut down Aaron Rodgers. You think Dak Prescott's better than Aaron Rodgers?
And Rodgers didn't have he didn't have no receivers to throw to. He had no connection with the receiver. He's missing all over the place. And then they didn't even stick to the run game. The run game was actually working, and they just went away from it. And so they're passing like a bunch of freaking times, which they shouldn't have done. And then when he doesn't even have his connection with the receiver, so I just thought that was dumb coaching. Like you said, coaching matters, and I think that was a dumb decision by their coaching staff. And yeah, definitely how coaching.
They had an entire offseason with each other.
What are you talking about? Aaron Rodgers sitting there doing Jeopardy and not even doing whatever the hell he's doing.
That's Aaron Rodgers' fault.
Well, exactly. So
So
Dak worse than working
what
with
if
those guys.
what if the Packers said, "Hey, you need to come in and get chemistry," and he was like, and they were like, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." It's Aaron Rodgers' fault.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's not his fault. I'm just saying that's what happens.
Okay, that's true. All right. But yeah, Caleb. Now let's transition to previewing the next week. Like we said, Cowboys Lions. No, Cowboys Eagles. I think this game is gonna be. You think they're gonna flex into Sunday night?
It is Sunday night. It's already Sunday night.
Oh, it's already Sunday night. Oh, okay, cool. All right, Cowboys Eagles. Cowboys 4-1. Eagles 5-0. The top
Cooper
of the
Rush
division.
5-0.
Cooper Rush 5-0. Uh, this is the game, the battle for first place in the NFC East. Because unfortunately, if the Cowboys win, we'll still be third. Ugh. But if they lose, we'll be second. But the Eagles
wait, yeah, that's a little presumptuous that you guys are gonna win. It's the Ravens now.
We're gonna beat the Ravens for sure.
Oh my god. Okay.
We'll preview the Ravens thing later. Continue, Caleb. The Eagles.
But yeah, like you're saying, this is the biggest game of the year. This is the biggest game for year for both teams. Obviously, it's still early in the season. It's only week 6, but this is the biggest game, I think, even for any team in the NFL, considering it is, like you said, a 5-0 team versus 4-1 team. Battle for first place in the division. And the division, like I said in the beginning, was looking like one of the best divisions in football right now. So that matters. So this game, it matters a lot.
I just want to point out, shout out to Raven Ron. Two comments by Raven. Great comments. Football is still early. Ferris, people went without it for a while. Now in November, people will skip bad football games. That's a good point, Ron. Start flexing until after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right, Ron. You're right about that. Uh, and then Ron Ferris, what the f you drinking? Wink is blitz happy, and Lamar will be behind that blitz. We'll get behind that
We'll
blitz.
get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I think there's. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. But yeah, like I said, the Eagles, obviously had a rough time with the Cardinals last this just yesterday. Um, they barely got the win. Honestly, they should have gotten overtime. The Cardinals kicker didn't suck ass. Um, that game would have gone to overtime. So, and they only scored 20 points. They only scored 20 points, and that's why this is why I'm not a believer in their offense. I'm not a believer in the Eagles' offense. And I haven't been all season. Yeah, they put up points against the crappy Lions team, but after that, it hasn't really been that great. All they do is score a lot, score enough in the first half of the games, but in the second half of the games, they score nothing. I mean, they don't really do anything in the second half. Is that because the coaches kind of figure out what they're doing and know how to adjust and shut Jalen Hurts down a little bit? Maybe so. And that I think that's a big thing that can happen in this game as well, especially how good of a defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is. I definitely think maybe hey, if we're not containing them in the first half, I definitely think we gonna shut them down in the second half because I do think Dan Quinn is a coach that can make adjustments like that. And a lot of people obviously concerned with the run rush defense, but he held the Rams to 38 yards on Sunday. Um, so obviously that's the biggest concern considering the Philadelphia Eagles, have a great run game. Jalen Hurts is the biggest concern for me because we do have problems with those running quarterbacks. Obviously, we saw in the Giants game, Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
That's the best thing he did was run the
Yeah.
ball.
Daniel Vick is what I like to call him.
Yeah, no. But Jalen Hurts obviously has even better running skills, and that's going to be a problem. We got to find a way to contain him, uh, and we may not be able to just straight rush like we've been doing with these other lesser mobile quarterbacks, um, and play more of a contained style defense. But I think we can do that because I mean look at Mike Parsons just as fast as Jalen Hurts. I mean, Mike Parsons track him down if he starts getting out on the edge. I think Mike Parsons can take him down. Um, it's a concern, but the way our defense is playing, I'm not that concerned. Um, like I said, if the offense just play, obviously, I think the winning by their defense. I think their defense is legit. I think that's the biggest reason why they're undefeated. Obviously, our offensive line has to hold up against their great defensive line that they have. I think we can, especially because we just did it against Aaron Donald, which is the best defensive player. So I think we can hold up against this Eagles defense line as well. If we, like I said, just keep doing what we've been doing, just keep running the ball, running it right at them, and we'll win. We'll win if we stick to that formula. We stuck to that formula. We ran the ball like 30 times, and I think since Dak and Zeke have been together in 2016, I think we're undefeated. We're undefeated when we do that. So that's the formula. That's the way that we're going to win this game. Just keep running the ball, stick to what we're doing. Cooper Rush is going to not make mistakes and do what he needs to win, and he'll make the plays that'll get us to win. And we're just going to keep doing what we've done in the last 4 weeks, and we'll beat this Eagles team. And I really do believe that. I don't see any other reason. Cooper Rush is going to keep his streak going, and yeah, he's going to get that 6-0.
All right, that's good to hear, Caleb. I think there is a way to beat the Eagles. There is a way. They're like literally like you said, Cardinals tie the game up if the kicker makes the field goal. And respect to Justin Pugh for defending his teammate, but at the end of the day, your job is to make field goals, and you need to make field goals. I don't condone the death threats part of it. That's not okay, but you need to make field goals, dog. Like that's your job. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. Both teams are gonna rely heavily on the run. I think the Cowboys win 17-14. All right, that's what I think. Uh, I think your guys' defense is just better than theirs. By it's not by a lot, but it's not by a little either. Like it's like you're better. Like you're better. Um, and I just think you guys are gonna stick to the script. You're gonna run the ball. Cooper Rush is gonna make, you know, is gonna make his plays. He's gonna hit Noah Brown and CD Lamb. I don't know why he hates Dalton Schultz so much. I have no idea why.
Well, he got hurt. He got hurt. He got hurt in this game
Again.
again. The
Dang.
same knee. It's the same knee.
Oh.
He messed it up again. And he was out for the rest of the game.
Okay. So yeah. So I just think you guys stick to the script. You guys beat them because I think your defense will carry you in this game. If you guys lose to them, it's because Jalen Hurts ran wild on you. So he just like it's like y'all overcommitted and you allowed a rush lane to get through, and he just kept taking advantage of the rush lane.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
but I don't think that's gonna happen like so many times. I think maybe once or twice, and that would be the difference.
That kills you. Yeah. And I also think AJ Brown shows up because he didn't show up against Arizona. I don't know where AJ Brown was against Arizona. Yeah, so like he shows up against y'all, and Jalen Hurts has one or two big runs. But I think y'all pull it off 17-14 in my opinion because your defense it's just better. It's just better. And I just think, if you run the ball, keep their offense off, make their defense play more, you're probably going to have to run the ball more because they have Darius Slay. Darius Slay, underrated corner. People don't think he's as good as he is, but he's that dude. I like Darius Slay. And, I like CeeDee Lamb too. CeeDee Lamb probably going to beat him once or twice because, it's the NFL. The receiver always gets one. Like, it always happens because the way the rules are, like the Jair Alexander. Like, there's that one play where Justin Jefferson just made him look like a fool. But, like, that was one play because the receivers always get that one play. And I think that one play is going to be the one that, like, the one big play for CD, that's the one that's going to, like, so 17-14 Cowboys. 17-14 Cowboys. I agree with you, Kel. Cowboys win. But now let's transition over. All right, okay. I've been doing a lot of good trolling on Ravens fans. It's fun because we know a lot of them. But I'm gonna take off my trolling, my Ravens.
Put it on for just a little bit.
No. I'm gonna put it on towards the end. But I'm gonna take it off real quick. Honestly, I think the Giants have a shot to win this game. Like they do.
I do too. Honestly,
like
I hate the Giants.
Ron is right. He is blitz heavy. He's blitz happy, and you can't blitz people like Lamar Jackson to oblivion because they'll find a rush lane and it's over. Like it's over, because he isn't a zone blitzer. He's a man blitzer. They're gonna be playing man, and the corners will not be looking at Lamar Jackson. They'll be guarding their man, and then Lamar can get like 20 yards. But if we blitz, but we have a spy behind the blitz, I think that works. I would do Tay Crowder as the spy because he's more athletic than Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith's just like a tank. He just runs and hits people. And Micah McFadden is a rookie. So I don't know, if you want to trust him that way. But Tay Crowder is more athletic. He's faster than the other two. He's lean. But he got them pop behind his hits. So I would have him as a spy. He's gonna have a tough job. Does he step up for it? I don't know. He may crumble, but he may succeed. We don't know. Like honestly though, like with Ravens fans that I've talked to, none of the receivers scare me, and none of the receivers they have faith in. Like they don't have faith in James Prochet. Rashard Bateman keeps getting hurt.
They love James Prochet,
and not the ones I talked to. Devin Duvernay showed up last night. He had a couple of good plays where he was wide open. Lamar just missed him because Lamar wasn't expecting him to be open. Like, oh, you were open. My bad. I'm like he doesn't strike any fear to me. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't strike any fear to me. And here's the thing: corner is our weak spot too. Like you should take advantage of that. Like corner, like we only have Adoree Jackson, but he got hurt and he missed the second half of the Packers game. So we beat Aaron Rodgers with our third and fourth string cornerbacks. So there's that. So we have Fabian Monroe. I think Aaron Robinson was playing. Cordell Flott was hurt. Like no, like we don't have our full team, but none of their offensive weapons scare me as a defense lover. They don't. J.K. Dobbins is coming back. Um, like Mark Andrews and Lamar, and I think you put Xavier McKinney on Mark Andrews, and you tell McKinney this is your job. You stop him, and this game is gonna be like Xavier. Are you that dude? Are you that dude? You're guarding a top five tight end. Show me you're that dude. You stop him. You're that dude. You fight effort. I want him to fight in effort. Mark Andrews is gonna get a catch on you. He's probably gonna score on you. That's what good players do. They will make a play. But did you make it hard for him to make that play? Walter Payton's famous phrase is "never die easy." Because if you never die easy, if someone does kill you, you were gonna die anyway because he had to fight to take you out. But if you make it hard for them to kill you, they may not kill you because you may win because you may overwhelm them with your resilience. That's what I want Xavier McKinney to do. Never die easy. If he makes a play on you, you make it hard for him to make that play. And you know what? You clap your hands to Mark Andrews like, yo, you made the play, homie. Good job. Because Caleb, correct me if I'm wrong. Great players are gonna make plays. Like you can't shut them down. You know,
Yeah,
they're
I mean
gonna
that's
make a
how
play.
LeBron won. I mean, he was when he needed to do it, he made a great play. And,
Exactly. You can't shut them down.
yeah,
The only times they lose is when they lost. Like they made the mistake. Like you got lucky. Like, oh my God, he made a mistake. Thank God. Thank God. He did that. Like, but the key is number 8. Their number 8, not our number 8. The battle of the eights. Shout out to them. The battle of the eights. Um, you key on him. You're gonna. William Mardell's gonna blitz. It's who he is. And I have to accept it. But if you do have a spy behind your blitz, have a guy that's spying back there. I prefer Tate Crowder, but it is what it is. But now let's transition over to the offense, defense, our offense, their defense. They won't have Marcus Williams. He dislocated his wrist, so that's one of their DBs in that good secondary that won't be there. We still got to deal with Marcus Peters and Kyle Hamilton, and I don't know who their second corner is. I have no idea who that is. But they're gonna have an easy job next week because we have no receivers. So that's what I think. That's what we're gonna play that game in a phone booth, right? Tight ends and running backs. So Patrick Queen and Odafe Owe are gonna be the keys. Are they gonna make plays? And they don't consistently make plays for me to be scared of them. They don't. They make a play here and there, but they're not consistent with their playmaking. That I'm like, oh, we got to watch out for Patrick Queen or Odafe Owe. We got to watch out for them. There isn't. I'm sorry. Like, there's not. I'm not scared. You know, like, they don't play Travis Jones, Garnett's favorite guy, Travis Jones. They don't. And here's the thing too. The fans that I talk to on a daily basis, Ravens fans, they have no confidence in John Harbaugh and Mike McDaniel. They have no confidence in them. And guess what happened last week with the New York Giants and the Packers? We outcoached them, and they had a better team than us. We have an edge in coaching, the biggest edge. They have an edge in quarterback, 100%. They have an edge in probably wide receivers, too, because we have nobody. They're all injured. We have an edge in running back. Running back and coaching, that's our edges. Our defenses, we're hurt. They're hurt. We'll see. I just think we're going to win 2017. That's what I think. Like I honestly think, I'm not trolling. Like, I really think if we lose, it's because Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me. I think, obviously you saw him make some big mistakes in the last game, but he still was able to win the game. Honestly, I think if he just has a clean game and he has some help around him, that's why I think they will ultimately. Not saying I do actually think the Giants do have a chance in this game.
We have a shot.
We have a shot. But ultimately, I just like I said, Lamar just gonna be too
Yeah,
good,
because last
too
week,
much for them, and
last week the
ultimately
two
they're gonna get the
mistakes.
win.
Yeah, last week the two mistakes he had were the two missed deep balls on the Devin Duvernay and the other and Tylen Wallace. He missed them. He missed them. Like that's a fact. He missed them. But the problem is, with Lamar Jackson is the reason people are extremely protective is that like when he makes one or two mistakes, people harp on them. When like other quarterbacks make more than two mistakes a game and they don't get talked about, which we can talk about, why people think about it's because he's black, but like we won't get into that deeper. But see, here's the thing, Ron. Your pass rushers, Calais Campbell. That's it. That's it, dog. Calais Campbell. Could y'all get 45 sacks? Yeah, probably. But Daniel Jones has been sacked 45 times, one time, and we still won the game. You know what I mean? Like we were still like the Cowboys sacked that mother lover 8 times. We still had a shot.
No, you didn't. You
Yeah,
didn't
we
get
had
a
a
shot.
shot. We
No,
still
you
had a
got.
shot.
No, you didn't. No, you did really.
Yes, we did. We were literally only
We were
down
up
by
two
7.
scores on you.
No, you weren't. It was 23-16.
No, but before that, before he scored that crappy touchdown, we were up 2 scores on you.
We all shouldn't have let us score that crap petition then. That's your fault. Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah,
We're up
no,
2 scores.
whatever.
We should have blown you out. Dad, we would blown you out.
Hey man, forgot about JPP. I love me some JPP. All right, so JPP, Calais Campbell. Veterans know how to play the game right. But here's the thing too, man. Andrew Thomas ain't no slouch. Y'all may take Evan Neal. Y'all may take advantage of Evan Neal probably. So we'll see about that. So that's the key of the game. Evan Neal. If he holds up, I think we're good. And same thing with Calais Campbell against Ben Bredesen. They're gonna put Campbell on Bredesen, and they're gonna put um um JPP on Evan Neal. Those are the two matchups I'm gonna watch because I think Feliciano is gonna shade more to Bredesen's side to help him because they're trying to take advantages. Uh, the status on Saquon, we haven't gotten an update yet. He actually came back in the game against the Packers, so he wasn't that hurt. I think they just took him out for a breather. He got dinged up, but he came back in the game and like scored the game-winning touchdown. So I think he's gonna play Sunday. He's playing Sunday. All right, now let me put the troll hat back on. Y'all suck. It is what it is. So Giants winning 2017. John Harbaugh has lost his luster. We're gonna outcoach them because that's what we did to Matt LaFleur. That's what we did to Matt Eberflus. That's what we did to
Matt Eberflus just doesn't have a good team. So
still coach better. Who did we beat? We outcoached Mike Vrabel and Matt Rule.
No, I wouldn't say that. You guys would have lost if they kicked the field goal.
It is what it is.
I don't think that's an out coaching. I mean, you guys should have lost that game.
Sure. Yeah, well, I believe that's what Mike McDaniel will do, Ron. He's gonna try to make Daniel Jones beat him because it is what it is. But the problem is, trying to make somebody do something may not always work. All right. Cowboys win, Giants win. Let's have a actual prediction.
Lose, but okay.
Yeah, okay, you think the Giants was fine. Ron's prediction, 24-14 Ravens. I think it's going to be closer than that, Ron. I don't think it's going to be double figures. I think it's going to be closer than that. Yeah, I think it's going to be closer than that. All right, guys.
I actually do think it's going to be close.
All right. Caleb, where can people find you, my man?
You can find me at NFLCaleb22 on Instagram and Twitter. Find me on this channel on Instagram, Twitter. That's what I said.
I didn't know you actually used. I've never seen you on the gram, bro.
And there's some pictures on there.
Yeah, well, you post like every 3 years.
Probably, but still, you can find me there. You can also find me on this channel on Betting the NFL. Comes out Thursdays with my co-host DWeezy. Making you guys some money. If you guys want to make money, just tune into that show. Like I had two. This is my second winning week in a row. Go watch that show right now because because I'm hot. I'm hot right now. So look out for that on Thursdays. And you can find my articles that go along with that show on our website, Let's Get Ready Network.com. And you can find the Cowboys number one in the division after this weekend.
All right, guys. My name is Ferris Muthana. Find me at Ferris Muthana on Twitter. I mostly tweet or retweet stuff. I retweet. I'm a retweeter. I tweet sometimes. Uh, yeah. You can find me here every Monday. Good friends, better rivals, and throughout Let's Get Ready channel. I pop up on a couple of shows here and there. I popped last week. I was on Entertainment News Break towards the end. I try to make it as much as possible. But yeah, that's what it is. Thank you guys for coming. Stay safe, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.